Hello! Next for the podcast Macabre 2025 challenge, week 6. I watched The Witch for the first time. The prompt was a movie from 2015, and this has been my biggest blind spot for so long, especially after having watched Nosferatu. I haven't seen The Lighthouse either, but after having watched Nosferatu, and it just I loved how it looked. I loved how it sounded. I loved how everyone spoke. And I've always heard that that's just how a Robert Eggers movie works. And I have not seen The Witch, and The Witch is a perfect example of Eggers' strength. And yeah, I guess I'll start with that. The period accurate stuff. That I am for the debate about this. I am fully on board. I am pro uh accurate dialogue like this because honestly, I guess like it's archaic. I guess some people may not find it relatable, but I don't think it was that deep. Uh, Backwards English that it harms understanding the movie at all. Like I don't know, especially I mean like I'm Filipino. English is my second language, but it's also as us Filipinos, it's ingrained. It's also an official language. All my our constitution is in English, so everyone here has a pretty high English proficiency. But even then, I think the which is just I don't think you'd have any trouble understanding that unless you were really not an English speaker or you were very young. But um yeah, the reason why I love staying true to the dialogue like this again, it's not a requirement, of course, but I love it because there is no other place where you will hear these words said in this way except a movie like this, and it's beautiful for that. And I'm glad that Eggers is the only person basically that is giving us that. And similar to Rosemary's Baby, which I watched, The Witch is very much a story about people just not taking a woman seriously. I love the decision to not have Anya Taylor-Joy, the main character of this movie, be like subject to a mob by the townspeople, because we've seen that like burn the witch, and we've seen that as a metaphor for again like women's place in the society, how women are not taken seriously. But I love the decision here where the only conflict is within her own family, because it's a very valuable uh, commentary here about how these misogynistic structures in society exist down to the very basic fundamental institutions of our society, which is family. It can come even from your fellow woman in your family, your mother, and it really goes to show just how deeply ingrained all these injustices are. And I think uh, beautifully it conveys that well. I've heard some complaints, spoiler alert, that the fact that Anya Taylor-Joy does become a witch in the end kind of undermines that whole commentary, but I disagree. I think if anything, it reinforces how like uh, how this is all a cycle, about how women often become the very thing that they're trying to not be just because of how society is. So I think in that way it works. I don't think it undermines it to the point. I can understand that, and I guess to some degree I agree, but I don't I think overall at uh, when we get down to it, uh, that's not how it comes across to say. And so yeah, and but again, I think that the decision here very much serves its own purpose as well, and it doesn't undermine the whole feminist feeling of the movie. And obviously it looks very great. I love the sound of it as well. The performances are beautiful. No one ever sounds like they're saying words that have like they're speaking a language that hasn't been spoken this way in 200 years, in like 3 400 500 years. Everyone sounds like they're speaking like they know what they're speaking, which is very very hard, I have to say, with dialogue like this. And again, I love how this sounds, and I'm so glad I got to watch this again. It's a big blind spot, and I'm so excited to watch The Lighthouse. And so yeah, I leave it at that. Go watch The Witch. It's very good.